Hey folks, good morning and welcome back to SMC Trader, who is actually an ICT trader struggling to learn. If you guys can hear me and everything is cool, no buffering or everything is good, please let me know to the comment box. Don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel, any of you are new. Some of you over here, Vin, good morning brother, RS, good morning. Hey Jaka, good morning brother, Uche, good morning. Shardik7, good morning. Rifa, good morning. Sharada, hello brother. Hey Greg, good morning. RS loud and clear. Thank you so much, brother. Oh no, good morning, brother. 37 very clear. Thank you so much for confirming that it's absolutely clear. Just make sure that you all of you have pushed the like button, subscribed to our channel if you want. Would like to go toward the price action very fast because I'm already late. It's 8:53. First, I would love to go through this calendar, and you can see today is Monday. We don't have any sort of news around here today. We don't need to worry about the news. We can trade from 9:30 to 11:30 without any sort of confusion. So we are allowed to trade, push the button. Tuesday, we have some sort of news around 8:30. So no need to worry about 10 a.m. news. Almost none of the day we have the 10 a.m. news. So every single morning session we are allowed to trade without waiting for the news, so it's gonna be a good week in my opinion, but let's see how it is going to work. But I hope this is gonna be the best week. At the same time, today is the first day of the second week of February. In my opinion, this should be the week where market should start to be good again after that two horrible months. Still, that was not horrible. Some days are horrible, but most of the days we did really well, even though that was a low probable area. But from today, it should be so beautiful. The price action should respect so beautifully. I hope so. We are going to get a good price action from today. Again, this is my expectation only. Depending on the current world situation, it can be different, but overall, it should be beautiful from today. So we are going to enter into the good zone of trading. Wednesday, we have some sort of non-farm employment change around 8:30. So I'm really confused how to uh, how to deal with this NFP around Wednesday, because we are used to see the non-farm payroll on Friday, but we have the non-farm payroll on Wednesday this week because the last week non-farm payroll was tentative. I think they have twisted that non-farm payroll here this Wednesday. We'll see. Tomorrow we'll be a bit careful because we have NFP one Wednesday. I hope it will be okay for us to trade Tuesday. We'll see that, okay, tomorrow. We don't need to worry about that today. We'll talk about that tomorrow. Thursday, we have some news around 8:30. No need to worry about that. And Friday, we have the CPI. That means they have actually exchanged the non-farm payroll and CPI to each other. So overall, we see the CPI on Tuesday, non-farm payroll on Friday, but they have just exchanged it from, I mean, in between these two. Okay, so they have swapped the dates or the days, Wednesday and Friday. However, we are allowed to trade from 8:32 to CPI. Last time I have shown you the CPI. This time I won't be here because it's in Friday. I won't be here because I have to go for the pray. But you guys know how to deal with this CPI. So if you don't forget the way to trade this CPI, it should be profitable by the CPI news. But again, be very careful because that can be highly volatile. So please make sure that you're not over trading, you're not over leveraging over there. You will try a simple setup. It works. Stop over there, wait for 9:30 for the new entry opportunities or whatever you want to do. So this is the so far about the calendar. Every single week or the weekend you have to look for this calendar so that you can have an idea when you are going to get your expected price action depending on the news. So in my opinion, the run we are going to get either on Wednesday or Friday. Any of these today is going to give us the run according to our bias. I really would love to appreciate to all of you guys for subscribing to our channel, and so far I can see that we have 11,705 subscriber. So last week I was really interested to see to touch 700 subscriber. I got actually 5 more subscriber. Thank you so much guys for subscribing to our channel. Now let's see how long it takes to be 12,000 subscribers. So I need Near about 295 subscriber more to get 12,000 subscriber. We are growing, guys. We are growing. Our families growing. 54 people are watching, 19 likes. If you don't make it like more than 50 likes before 9:30, I will stay here in this tab, okay, in this, or to say, window. I don't really care how many of you are leaving me and how many of you are staying over here. I really don't care. All I care, did I get the likes or not? So please push the like button. That's the only thing I'm asking from you guys. Nothing, no money, nothing. Okay. Coming here to this NASDAQ chart, would love to start talking about the price action from this last NASDAQ. Thanks to Srivant, who has actually explained the weekly bias more beautifully than me last, I mean, through our Discord group. I really appreciate it, brother, for doing that things. I really appreciate it. However, I would love to start from the weekly chart. And if you go to the NQ1, this is called the running contract. Okay, this NQ1 is the running contract. To the bottom, you will see here BADZ. It's called adjust for contract change. That means every 3 months we are going to change our contract, right? NQZ to NQAH, NQAH to NQM, NQM to NQU, because the contracts are changing. So if you toggle it one, you will get the exact price section over here to this running contract where all of this previous price section is still valid. Still, you'll be able to see that. So if you are interested to see what happened before this contract, you can simply come to NQ1, toggle it 1, BADZ, toggle it 1. You will be able to see the changes. Look at this high and that high. See the difference in between these two high, because I pushed the toggle it 1, I toggle it 1, so it has adjusted the price according to the contract change. But if I toggle it off, you will see a different price action over here. You see this high and that high, they're relatively equal highs now. So beautiful, relatively equal highs over here. But if you toggle it to one, it's absolutely a different case of scenario. So this is the right price action. You should observe this price action, and otherwise if you toggle it off, maybe you will get a bit confused by the price action. Why I came here, just to show you this small FVG over here. That was the only FVG that could stop the market, send it higher. So if it was broken, the next area was over here. That was our expectation below this relatively equal lows. That our expectation was, if this gap is broken by the body, this market is coming for this specific FVG, and if it has more volatility, then it will come to this volume imbalance. Fortunately, this small FVG has hold the market by here, and then market went higher again, built a lot of buy side liquidity around that area. So this is the lowest down close body close candle, which has cleared all the liquidity, traded this specific gap, as well as it has a wick. You can see a beautiful wick over here that has taken all of the lows, trade an FVG. If I ever go for the quadrant level of the wick, I always look for a wick that has taken almost every single swing low or swing high, and it has traded some sort of FVG. If I see it has done that, then this wick is going to be very important to me. Otherwise, this wick I don't care. For example, here this week I don't have any intention to look for any sort of quadrant level from that week. The reason is, even though it has cleared some sort of buy side liquidity or swing highs, but it didn't trade any sort of FVG. So this week quadrant level doesn't important to me. It's no important. There's no importance to me. Still, you can use this one because ICT just marked the week. I really don't know, depending on what he actually marking the week quadrant level. I have no idea. So I found this more valuable, so I would love to keep that on my chart, and I want to keep this small information because it makes me confused to find out, should I look for that week, should I look for this week, should I look for this week, or should I look for that week, this week, which one I should look for, even though all of them are prominent and very easy to mark. So I really don't look for that things. Instead of that, I need very specific things to happen to mark a week or the quadrant level as my high time frame point of interest. So guys, that's the things I wanted to show you from NASDAQ, that this low has traded this FVG. So it's not a random level that market is reversing. It's a very logical level that market is reversing from, okay, from that area. Going back to NQ chart again. So this is that low that has traded that FVG over here, you have just seen. And then this market fall, trade the lower quadrant. I really don't care. Did it trade the high? Sorry, the high of this week? upper quadrant 50% or lower quadrant. All I don't want to say, it will trade the low of this week. That means if it trade this low of this week, either it's going to build a clean lows, relatively equal lows, or obvious liquidity. I don't want to see that. I want to say maximum it's going to trade the lower quadrant of the week, and body are going to close above the upper quadrant of the week. That is going to give me a speed or a idea that this market is still bullish. So yeah, still I'm bullish as long as this market is not going to close, or sorry, as long as it's not going to take that low, closing below this FVZ. I've just shown it to you. As long as it's not doing that, I'm more interested to look for buy. Almost 99% of you know that I have shown this dealing range, and I told that this market has to take this high before clearing that low. Even ICT was looking for that low, and I told that this is the area where I'm going against ICT. I am bullish, I'm not bearish. I'm not interested to see this low, and I'm very afraid whenever I go afraid against ICT himself. But so far I'm happy to see that market perfectly respected from that area and started to go higher. We'll talk about that, how far it can fall, and then start to go higher again. So we'll talk about that in a moment. But right now, again, remember, this market respecting this weak quadrant level, body respected more beautifully because nobody closed below the upper quadrant of that week. I'm still bullish over here. Now this week over here that has traded the last FVZ, that means week 50%. If it trade the week 50%, I will consider it as a last FVZ. Now you can ask me why the last FVZ, because last FVZ is the most precise thing I have seen in this market. Uh, Out of any kind of PDRS, ICT has explained, I've seen the last FVZ is the most important one, and almost every time it respects so beautifully. Now if you guys really observe that, I hope you already got that confidence that I can believe on last FBZ. However, as it has traded this 50% of this week over here, this week is also important to me. So I would love to see, can this market trade at least the 50% or the upper quadrant before going higher again? So you can keep this line on your chart. I'm not gonna keep it because I will have a lot of things on my lower time frame. So I'm gonna remove it, but you can keep it. But remember this line 24673. So around 24670 is the 50% of that week. Coming back to daily chart, as you can see, this relatively equal highs has been cleared over here. So it's in deep premium. From the deep premium to the deep discount is allowed, where the market has cleared this relatively equal lows. So deep discount has been cleared as well. Now this market left the buy side liquidity over here, left the sell side liquidity over here. What is going to happen right now? All I would love to do to look for this new dealing range high and the low, would love to see, can the market come to this deep premium one more time? If it come to this deep premium one more time, this is obvious to me after clearing that high. If it restart to respect the 50% of this dealing range and start to fall, this sell side liquidity will be on my point, while the market will close below this lower quadrant area of this new premium and discount or new dealing range to that area. So far, as you can see, it's perfectly respecting the 50% of this dealing range. So today is the day where I will have no bias. I'm not bearish, I'm not bullish. In from my higher time frame, which is weekly chart, I'm bullish. But from my daily chart, that should be confirmed by the daily chart. That means either this market has to close above this bearish PTR, this candle close, this candle open. There is a small volume imbalance over here, there is a small volume imbalance over here with this FVZ. So that candle high, that candle low, there is an FVZ or sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. I've just added the volume imbalance with this sell side imbalance, buy side inefficiency. So as long as this market is not going to close above this bearish PDRA, I will keep waiting to find out the next possible scenario or next possible direction. Right now, I don't have any sort of direction. I'm just in a no man's land. It's in the 50% of the area. So first, this market has to decide where it wants to go. I'll let today go to find out what is the real bias for this market from my higher time frame. So from my higher time frame, expectation is market is bullish, but price action is telling me to wait for the confirmation. It can simply respect the 50% of this dealing range and keep falling for this relatively equal loss. And I have to decide that when it is going to happen. So I'm going to decide that either this market has to close below this gap, lower quadrant, more importantly below this volume imbalance over here, or it has to close above this whole box, more importantly above the 50% of this area, or it has to touch this deep premium area to find out or to confirm that I'm still bullish. So this is the day where you should wait, maybe today and tomorrow, maybe the day after tomorrow, as long as it's not going to confirm the direction. I have to wait. This is a no man's land. It's a 50% area. The either it will go higher. This is all the 50%. Like 50% chance it will go higher, 50% chance it will fall. What is going to happen? I have no idea. So I have to let the market to decide where it wants to go. More importantly, if I uh, divide this volume imbalance into the quadrant level, you'll be able to see that it's so beautifully it's respecting the lower quadrant. Bodies are respecting. Not even a single body has closed above the lower quadrant. That is a sign of bearishness. This candle has opened above this lower quadrant. So opening and closing, absolutely a different matter. There is no relationship of opening and closing, because opening means it's a liquidity area. It's a liquidity area, and closing means the lower quadrant is broken. So as the market didn't close above the lower quadrant, I'm still confused. Does it really would love to fall because it's respecting the quadrant level of that only bearish PDRA, or does it just making some sort of consolidation or manipulation over here before going higher? At the same time, you can see that the high of this candle, which is from today, has traded the upper quadrant of this bearish PDRA. So the bodies are respecting below the, sorry, it's closing below the lower quadrant, which I was interested to see here from the weekly chart. Remember, the body should not close below the upper quadrant. Here I want to see the body close above the lower quadrant. That is gonna be a confirmation. Finally this market will go higher, which didn't happen yet. So today is a day of patience to wait to see what the market is willing to do. So until that is not appearing on the chart, I'm not able to decide the long-term bullishness or bearishness. I have to wait for that kind of confirmation. I know it's gonna be complicated for some of you because a lot of things I'm sharing or I'm saying over here. Try to understand the fact over here, why it is 50-50, why when I will get confirmation market is bullish or bearish. This is the things you have to do almost every time, okay? In my mind, I'm more interested to look for buy. From the daily chart, I would love to come to the hourly chart, and I'm gonna show you this small gap over here from the hourly chart. So this market came here, built relatively equal highs. This is the buy side liquidity around that area. Then this market fall, build the relatively equal lows over here, trade this gap, fall again, clear that liquidity and keep falling to come until this daily candle over here. So the daily candle, I forgot to show this to you. This is also the daily candle. So I've showed you the weekly week, also the daily week perfectly respected the 50% of this daily week that has cleared all of the lows, traded up FVZ over here. So that 50% has been respected so beautifully. Nobody has closed below the quadrant level. Still, this is a bullish sign to me, while the market has done its job around that area. So it has, all the job is done over there. There is nothing left over here. So that market can fall one more time to finish this unfinished business, then it will go higher. There's nothing left over here. It's extremely bullish to me. Just need to confirm that I'm bullish. But overall, in my mind, I'll keep thinking about the bullishness, not the bearishness, as long as it's not going to prove me wrong that I'm not bullish, I'm bearish, either by closing below this gap, more importantly below this quadrant level, or it will close above this gap to confirm my bias is right. Coming back to hourly chart, while this market has fallen over here, came back until the most important period over here, left that last FVZ around that area. This is the last FVZ. You can't look for the order block over here. If you would love to order block over here, you need a lot of things over here that is not presented around that area. So I can't look for the order block. Instead of that, yeah, I know that some of you can look for this consecutive order block and then mark the mean threshold perfectly respected from there. I don't care about that. All I care about this last FVZ from the 4 hour chart that's been respected here so beautifully. So beautifully it's been respecting over there. At the same time, if you see this old, sorry, let me actually go to the hourly chart and this old FVZ. Here, I would love to tell you something. To ever see from either hourly chart or the 15-minute chart, any sort of FVZ, you can mark them. See, previously it's been respected so beautifully. For example, here, it tapped over here, go higher. Come back again here, go higher. Come here again, try to go higher, break it, start to respect. See how beautifully it's respecting again. So as long as you will see this type of gaps, keep that on your chart, not to find out something but try to believe it. next time it is also going to work either as a support or as a resistance. If your bias is bullish, then use it as a support. If your bias is bearish, use it as a resistance. Whatever your bias is, you see ever a gap either from hourly chart, remember 1 hour chart, not 4 hour, not 3 hour, 1 hour chart, or from 15-minute chart, not 30 minute, not 45 minute, 50 minute or hourly chart. If you ever see this type of gaps, keep that on your chart to use it later, again and again, as long as it's gonna respect so beautifully. Keep using them. When you'll see it has been violated, for example here it violated, then go and closed above this gap, then fall again, I would remove it from my chart because it has already done its job here, worked as a support. Now it has been violated, it didn't respect this gap, but as you can see it's so beautifully respected. So I'm gonna keep that using as long as it's not going to be violated. However, as you can see here, market perfectly came to inside this hourly gap and so beautifully respected the upper quadrant of this huge volume imbalance. Please plus the bearish gap around that area. Bodies closed inside this hourly gap. See here, so beautifully it has been closed here around that area. Now right now market is respecting around that area. At the same time, if you look for the bullish period, which is this small gap from 1 hour chart, that is still respecting here around this area, so beautifully it's also respecting. So this is going to be my 2 days prior to 9:30 gap. So as my bias is bullish, I'm just not sure is it bullish market or not. I would love to use this gap to find out am I bullish or not. If this gap is broken, I'll start to look for the bearishness for a short period of time, maybe until this gap over here, this candle low, that candle high. If it is above this gap, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity as long as it's not going to prove me wrong. Okay, so above this gap I will bullish, below this gap I'll be bearish. If it is a bearish market, I'll try to be very careful about here to take the sell, because that's gonna against my expectation from weekly and daily chart. Even though I will wait, I mean sorry, I'm not sure about the bullishness, but I am expecting it will go higher. It wants to me prove wrong. It will close below this gap, keep falling. Today's daily candle is gonna close below this gap or volume imbalance, or maybe below the quadrant level I just showed you. That is gonna prove me wrong. Today I will be wrong, and tomorrow I'll start to look for sell for the sell side liquidity. So here this is the 9:30 prior to 9:30 gap. Here I have a small gap from the hourly chart, as you can see here around this area, like this candle low, that candle high. There is a small FVZ over here from the hourly chart around the PM session today. I'm gonna explain this small portion of the areas when I took the entry here, the buy entry last Friday, shared it with you guys through the YouTube channel. That how I took that entry from the most the lowest point of that run. But we have to understand a lot of things over here which we actually skip because there was no commentary, just a video. I shared it with you, but you have to study that because there was a lot of information I tried to show you without talking. But I'll explain that today's PM session Discord live. So if you are not like disgusted by me, then you guys can join over there. I hope it will be insightful for you guys. Coming back to 15-minute chart, and if I come to this 15-minute chart, you'll be able to see that this market came here and respecting the upper quadrant of this whole gap, bearish gap from the daily chart with the volume imbalance. If you guys remember, with the volume imbalance, this is the upper quadrant that has been respecting so beautifully over here, so beautifully. Friday closing, look at the bodies, how beautifully it respected the lower quadrant of this big, I mean, sorry, what to say, I mean the volume imbalance as well as the FVZ over here. So beautifully it has been respected over here and closed over here. Market open on Sunday around that area, come until this upper quadrant of this big gap, and then it fall, came to this small, very small, this gap. See over here, let me actually mark that to you from the 15-minute chart around this area, around here. So as long as this market is above this 15-minute bullish gap, I am bullish. If the market go below this 15-minute bullish gap, I will be bearish around the morning session today. Otherwise, I will keep looking for the buying opportunity. All the reaction I'm gonna get from here, there is a small gap from the 50-minute chart as well, which is the last FVZ that is respecting over here. I'm not marking any of them. The reason is I'm not expecting this is bearish. I'm more interested to see it will be bullish. So market should keep going higher. In other word, what is this gap over here? On Friday, market has cleared that low, gave you the market structure shift, FVZ, trade that FVZ. This was the order block. I have already explained to you guys how to frame the buy over here by using this higher time frame PDRA. Remember on the Discord, I was just giving you the screenshot to find out the entry from that area. So that order block has been traded. What should you expect after seeing the order block has been traded? Market structure shift, fair value gap, order block, validate the order block, test the order block. What should you expect after that? A gap that should be unfilled. So this was that unfilled gap from 15-minute chart. Market left that gap open, go higher, at this buy side liquidity. I showed you on on what was on Friday. I told I'm bullish until this low, at least until this low, and I would keep looking for the buying opportunity until this buy side liquidity. So this buy side liquidity is gonna be my last line for today on Friday actually. So I wanna see this buy side liquidity is going to be cleared. But when it will come over here, that is the first expectation of the stopping. So either this market will respect from there, it will start to reverse, or it will show me the weakness to fall. Instead of that, it will keep going higher to take that buy side liquidity on on Friday. Okay, so Thursday, lot of chaos was over there. People started to teach me the ICT concepts, and Friday it exactly delivered the things I wanted to see on Friday. Okay, and so beautiful price action on Friday. However, it perfectly respect over there. That was that unfilled gap. If it could close this gap 100%, I would start to look for the breaker block from 15-minute chart to find out a bullish setup from the 1-minute chart. As the gap is not closed yet by 100%, over here you can see so beautifully respected from the 50%. I'm not interested to look for any sort of breaker block, but if it closed below this gap or by wick or by the body and then started to go higher, I'll of course keep an eye on my on the chart to look for a 50-minute breaker block to find out an bullish opportunity from 1-minute chart. Otherwise, if it keep falling, I'll maybe let it go or we'll try to find something from the chart. I'll just try it, okay? But I'm not sure that I'll be able to frame any short of sale or not. I'm just not interested to look for any short of sale. We'll just look for that. From 1-minute chart, you can see here this high, that high, that high, that high, that high. Lot of buy side liquidity I have over here. So market left thousands of the thousands of the thousands buy side liquidity on the chart. At the same time, if you take a closer look around this area, that was the only sell side liquidity market left. These lows from 1-minute chart. See, 1, 2, 3. These lows from 1-minute chart, that was the only sell side liquidity market left over here. Below this sell side liquidity or this relatively equal lows from 1-minute chart, there is not even a single relatively equal lows. Sorry, let me keep back. There is not even a single swing relatively equal lows market left over here. Nothing left. So that was the only sell side liquidity market left from Friday that has been cleared over here. Tap to this 15-minute unfilled gap, or in other words 15-minute bullish FVZ. Can the market start to go higher now and keep going for this buy side liquidity, break this bearish PDRA, and show me some sort of bullishness toward the buy side liquidity? It's not marked actually, unfortunately, but there is the buy side liquidity you have seen from the 4-hour chart, right? It's a relatively equal high. So can it go over there or not? If it doesn't do that, I'll just let this run go. But otherwise, I'm more interested to see, look for the buy as long as this market is above this 15-minute bullish gap or 15-minute prior to 9:30 gap. One more thing, it can happen like from 15-minute chart, it can do that, like look for the breaker block, something like this from this area, or maybe there will be another breaker block from 15-minute chart, and I will use that breaker block as my higher time frame point of interest. To get more confirmation, I will wait for 1-minute chart, look for the buy. Otherwise, it will fall, I'll let him fall. I've done my analysis for today. I just gave you the bullish analysis. I'm not interested to give you the bearish analysis because bearish analysis will come after getting the confirmation from the market that I'm bearish. Then I'll go for the bearish analysis. Actually, most of the time I do one side analysis, that either I'll be bullish or I'll be bearish. If I'm bullish, I don't care about the bearish PDRs. Even though they start to respect, I'll let them go. Either I don't trade, or I tried 1 or 2 times. Maybe if it is a losing trade, I'll just stop trading over here. You're seeing that for few days, few months, right? Or like it doesn't work, 1 2 trades, I'll just stop trading and start to frame the trade, not pushing the button. I'm not interested to push the button over there anymore. I'll just frame the trade and we'll see if it works or not. If it doesn't work, I'm happy. If it works, I'm also happy because I have seen that period. It's a mental satisfaction for me. I trained my brain like that way. If you can trade it, it's gonna help you a lot. You will be able to overcome the FOMO, fear of missing opportunity, or fold, fear of losing trade. Whatever, uh, it depends on your own psychology. But for me, if I am wrong 1 or 2 times, I'm gonna stop over there, and then I'll keep framing the trade without pushing the button. We'll wait for the next day for getting a good price action, or at least the PM session to find out a good price action. Yeah, that's for all now. If you have any question, please let me know. Okay, I've lose subscribers. I can see 11,704. One guy just unsubscribe. I really appreciate it because I'm not worthy for him. Absolutely okay. Why you are bullish considering the daily chart and seeing equal lows below marketplace? I have already explained that, right? What about new week opening gap? This new week opening gap over here, you can see this that new week opening gap. I'll try to cover the low to 50%, 50% to high. Again, like if you have this type of new day opening gap and you have to go against the new day opening gap, most of the time it's gonna be very tough for us to care with that. That is why, like as I told you, this is the day where I have to wait for the confirmation. So if you can avoid this type of days to trade, that's gonna help you a lot to be, how to say that, to be safe, something like that. Because to be honest, I really don't know how long it will keep respecting the lines you're seeing here, how long it will keep respecting those lines. I have no idea. But yeah, still we will try if we can find something good. But again, I'm only bullish, so I'll try to find out while that setup is from either the low or to the top or to the consequent encroachment of the most logical level, okay, of the new day opening gap or new week opening gap. But when it will close above this high of this new opening gap, I will have a very big place from here. That's a small gap. See, there is no new day opening gap, new week opening gap. So I'll be very confident to go for the trade in between this area. As long as it's inside this small zone, it's a bit risky to trade around that area. To be honest, it's a bit risky. See how beautifully it's respecting the low of this new day opening gap over here. So it's very difficult to trade in that specific area. I have to wait for this market to break that zone to go either higher, go lower. Good morning, Suzivan. XVQQXX lower. What about New Week? I have already given the reply. Good morning, Jamie. Have a great trade day. Thank you, Jamie. Same to you, brother. Yes, please push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new before going for 9:30. How many likes did I get? 124 people are watching, 47 likes. Push the like button. At least make it 50, 50, so 62 likes. I need another 15 likes more, make it 62 likes. So it's gonna be like 50, 50%. So the people are watching, the 50% of the likes. Please push the like button. If you don't do it, I'm not gonna frame any trade. I'll just keep quiet, see my dissection. Hey RP, how are you, brother? Thanks for the penguin, man. Thanks for the penguin. I love penguin. One day I'll go to the penguin land. Good morning, Jeffrey. Thanks for the penguin for you as well, brother. One day I'll see if I can get the penguin by myself. Take some photo of them. Photo. Tito, after trading 15-minute fair value gap, then trade its order block. It create 15-minute fair value gap on 8 with as unfilled gap, but it got closed below. When can we be bearish for this case? Yeah, you can do that, but you have to expect that it can build the breaker block as well, right? So market closed that gap and then started to go higher. So it has an intention to build and breaker block. So you have to keep that in your mind. This is the low probable area to go for to decide the bias. In my opinion, it should be a consolidation day today. Like market will is not gonna be one-sided. It will go higher, it will fall, it will go higher, it will fall. This type of day. But yeah, that can also happen. 61 likes. Thank you guys for pushing the like button. Some more likes. If you don't push the likes, then I will stop doing this and will start a mentorship where you have to pay me $50. Say about that. You don't need to push the like button or dislike button. You have to pay me $50. Ah, brother, I'm not gonna join your mentorship. Then just go. I'm gonna do that if you don't push the like button. So do you wanna learn for free or do you wanna learn by paying? Decision is yours. Hey Rida, thanks for the penguin man. Do you have any question? If you have any question, please let me know. Today, I have no bias. No bullish, no bearish. I don't have any bias. In my mind, I will look for the buying opportunity only because buying is more comfortable for me to take instead of taking sell. What I'm going to do, I'm gonna remove this from my 1 minute chart so that my chart is gonna be clean. Perfect. Brother, can we go through all prop accounts and codes ahead of tomorrow? Brother, can we go through all prop accounts and codes ahead of tomorrow? I didn't understand, Ravi. What do you mean by that? Can you please explain a bit more, brother? What do you mean to say by, I mean, go through them? This is the 9:30. Just what is the code and what best offer it is? Oh, okay, yeah, we'll go that later. Market is open already. I will just refer you only to Take Profit Trader because that's really awesome to me. The opening gap. This is the opening gap. Market opened. Let's see how it is going to trade this 50-minute only gap. Does it want to fill this gap 100% to build a breaker block, or does it want to keep falling? Still, it didn't close it 100%, so I can't look for any sort of breaker block which is over here. So low, high, lower low, highest up close body close candle as a breaker block. I can't use it as my higher time frame point of interest as long as it's not going to close 100%. Now it's closed 100%. If it is started to go higher, I'll be able to use this one later as my breaker block to take the buy from that area. And from 1 minute chart, market left that buy side liquidity here. I have buy side liquidity there, a lot of buy side liquidity. Let's see. At the same time, let me see if I can find any other bullish period that I can use to take the buy. Brother, what is the importance of this gap? I don't know. I just marked it because I've seen it has worked so beautifully previously. Can I use this gap later? That is my intention only. I have no idea can I use this gap or not. I just marked it because it has been respected so beautifully previously. So those people who are going to show you this is the gap, later it is going to work so beautifully. No, it's not right. Nobody should know that this is going to be worked so beautifully. So you have to mark them, then you have to start to observe them. Can you use them? Is it really respecting? The market is really respecting this gap, or is something like random? What is that? Just you have to mark that because it has been respected previously so beautifully. Those people who are interested to take the sell, you are welcome to go for that sell. I really appreciate it. I'm not interested to take the sell, so I'll keep waiting to see if it can provide me any sort of buying opportunity. So this gap is respecting so beautifully. I'm watching this gap, how it is going to work. Can it work as a support? So brother, it's respected before. So are you interested to take the buy from here? No, I'm not interested to take the buy from there. If I see it has been violated, that means body has closed above this gap, which still didn't happen. If I see it has closed above this gap, then I will wait to see can it work as a support. How do I know that? I will wait for an order block to appear on the chart, and then I'll try to take the buy from that order block. Not going to simply push the button from here. So far it didn't break, so it's respecting so beautifully, right? Previously it has respected beautifully. Now it is also respecting so beautifully. So I need to confirm that is it really broken and would love to work as a support previously the way it has worked as a support after clearing the liquidity. Yeah, regular trading hour, this is the low, this is the upper quadrant 50%, sorry, lower quadrant 50%, upper quadrant high of the opening gap been marked over here. So now it has closed above this gap, right? If it come here and start to respect this, I would start to look for a buying opportunity from here from the order block. If it doesn't do that, if it doesn't build an order block, I'm not gonna take any sort of trade from this area. I'll keep waiting because I really don't have anything over here that I can use to take the buy over around that area. Yeah, I can use this gap, which is the lowest gap, but for that I have to wait for this type of scenario. It will fall again, take that low again, then close above this gap, okay, this candle low, candle high, closed above that gap, then tap over here, I'll be able to take the buy from that area. But as you can see, it's huge. I'm not going to do that. I'll wait to see how it is going to build any kind of order block over here to give me the buying opportunity. If it doesn't do that, I'm not going to take any trade. However, it tapped to the lower quadrant of the opening gap, so if it really would love to keep going higher, it will just support, use this gap as a support, and then it will keep going higher. Some of you can think about a buy right now from here. I'm not interested to do that. I first need to see that this is gonna hold. This is a valuable gap. Still now this gap doesn't have any value to me. I don't have any value with this gap. So I need to see, does it really a valuable gap? That's why I say observe this gap. Observe means wait for the confirmation. First, find out that it's a gap that is really trustworthy. I can trust this gap. Let me see the volatility as well. Whether you are going to miss the trade, I really don't care if I miss the trade or not. All I care, need to confirm that this gap is stronger. It's gonna hold the market, and I need the order block to use this gap. You're going to miss the trade. I really don't care. I hope you got my point. I didn't know that this gap is really that much strong that it's gonna stop the market, send it higher. I didn't know that. So I need the order block. If it would do that, I would go for the trade. It didn't do that, going to go higher. I'm not gonna use this gap. I hope my point is clear, guys. Good morning, Raman. Ellie, hi sister. Marquis, Grunt Rising people. Get those likes up. Thank you, man. Please push the like button. But this time take the buy. I told you, I still don't believe that gap. I will start to believe that gap if and only if I find the order block from that gap. Then and only then I'll start to believe that gap. Otherwise, I'll let this market to go without me, without any sort of what to say, the confusion or regret. Because if this market is bullish, I'll get a thousands opportunity to take the buy. I just don't know to come. I just don't need to gamble over here. So this 15-minute gap has been filled by 100%. If you see low, high, lower low. If the body can close above this highest up close body close candle, that's gonna be a 15-minute breaker block. If I see this type of breaker block, I start to scream, this is gonna be the breaker block that's gonna give me 95% winning rate. That is that breaker block. However, guys, today's first trade is going to appear from here. I'm interested to go for a buy from that area. Why? It cleared that liquidity by a strong body close. It shows me the speed toward that line over, I mean, toward the buy side liquidity. So if it can build a gap over here, I'm going to take the buy from there. If it build the gap, if there is no gap, I'm not going to take any sort of buy. But even if there is a one tick gap, I'd love to take the buy from that gap and keep going higher. If no gap, no trade. Just remember that. Okay, there is no gap, no trade. I thought it's going to build a gap so that I can take the entry. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. So I'm not able to take the entry from there. I'll let the market to decide or to build something else to give me the buying opportunity. If there was a one tick gap, that could be my buying opportunity from there. Unfortunately, it didn't do that. The reason, after clearing this buy side liquidity, it didn't sweep the liquidity here. It didn't sweep it. It's showing that I'm extremely bullish. Sweeping liquidity means just week will take the liquidity and then it will start to fall. It didn't happen. Like for example here, this week has cleared some sort of buy side liquidity, just for example, and then started to reverse from there. That's a sign of the bearishness. But if you see a strong candle to that liquidity, oh man, this is a bullish market, extremely bullish. Hmm. Now it's tough to take the buy from here. The reason is if I would love to take the buy from here, cover this whole gap. It's nearly impossible. Okay, I'll let this go a bit more to see if it can provide any sort of retracement from this gap or not. I just need the confirmation. If I don't get the opportunity, I'm not gonna push the button. I'm not going to chase the market, guys. Please try to understand that. But you are missing the trade. I'm not missing the trade. I'm waiting for the PDR to be created to take the entry. If there was a one tick gap, that would be my buy. This candle is my buy. But unfortunately, it didn't do that. So what can I do? Should I chase the market? No. Should I push the market? No. I waited for the PDR. It didn't appear. I didn't take the entry. Is there anything confusing? No. I was just waiting for the setup. It didn't appear on the chart. I was waiting for an order block over there. Now you can say this is an order block. Of course, this is an order block. Down close body close candle traded this gap, and then it has traded this order block is going higher. This is not a good looking candle to me. If it was a good looking candle, that means it's a very nice candle like this type of candle. See here. If it was that candle, my buy would be from that order block without any sort of confusion. Tap to this order block, I'm already in a buy, but unfortunately it doesn't look good to me. So what I was waiting here, it didn't appear on the chart. If it would appear, I would be in this trade. Didn't appear, not taking this trade. Simple. So this is the last FVZ to that specific leg over here. If this last I'm truly interested to see some sort of reaction from this gap. If this gap over here hold the market, send it lower maybe to this gap or to this down close body close candle, and then closed above this gap, I'll take the buy from this gap to until this buy side liquidity over here. So this random reaction is happening from your random last FVZ. That's why I told you, if you can, I mean, study this last FVZ, you will see a lot of hindsight or a lot of insightful information from this market. This last FBZ reaction sent the market to this bullish gap. All I need to see a body close above this gap, give me a buying opportunity from the last FBZ, which is below this buy side liquidity. But brother, you are going to frame a trade from a deep premium. Don't try to teach me the premium and discount. I'm fed up with this, with that. All I need to see a body close one tick above this gap to give me the entry opportunity. Or handle. Gonna be huge. So that's gonna be the buy here. While this candle has closed above this gap, you can see over here, around here. This is the candle that has closed above this gap. I'm gonna take the buy over here. Stop loss is going to cover here. This is the lowest area I can put the stop loss because I can't go below this wick. That's gonna be a huge stop loss. So I'll take that 28 handle risk to go for this buy side liquid over there. If I get a stopped out over here around that area, by anyhow I got a stopped out, I'll keep watching the market to see how far it can fall. Then it will close above this gap. We'll take rebuy from this gap. So today's first trade is over here. I think it will work. Oh, gonna. Okay. Type করে I'll, for the sake of this conversation, I'll just put my stop loss, I mean this one below that low, okay, just for the sake of this conversation. And here, just to see if I would put my stop loss over here, would I survive around that area or not? Just to look for that, I'm gonna put it over there around this area, okay. I think my stop loss is for 28 handle, so we'll try to take a partial around 28 handle. I survive. If any of you enter here somewhere, okay, for example, you pushed the button but your entry is here, just for the sake of this conversation, your entry is here, look 1:1 partial. So wherever your partial level is, make sure sorry, wherever your stop loss is, make sure your partial is 1:1. So if it is 1:1, you took the partial, put your stop loss to the break even. Don't give a shit whatever is happening over there. Remember, it's not my stop loss. I'm not interested to put it below that area because it's gonna be like 39 handle, something like that. I don't want to take that much huge risk. I just covered the down close candle over here, which is absolutely no value at all, but still I'm just putting it just below that candle by hoping that it's gonna respect. But this candle doesn't have any value, trust me, it doesn't have any value. I just put it over here because my stop loss is not be able to put over here, which is 39 handle. So I put my stop loss here for 28 handle, something like that, something like, yeah, 28 handle. And wanna see if I can catch at least the partial of 28 handle, then can hold my trade for this buy side liquid around that area, okay. But remember, here I'm not watching this candle over here as an order block or anything. This candle doesn't have any value to me. This down close candle has no value to me. You can give the highest priority to this what to say, I mean that upper quadrant level, or the, like, sorry, the high of the opening gap, which is the high of the opening gap. You can use it as a support. Yes, so I got the partial. I'll see if I can get the target fill or not by putting the stop loss to the break even. Just it will start to go higher. I'll put it to the break even. Put it. So took the partial, put my stop loss to the break even. If it hit my target, perfect. If it doesn't hit, I'll get a stop out over there. I wish it will work. If it doesn't work, then I don't really care about that. Brother, I should I mean, move my stop loss to the break even after a bit. Okay, so after seeing this is going to hit the target, no, you can't do that because this liquidity can be used as a obvious liquidity. That this market is going to fall one more time, take maybe trade this gap more beautifully, then it will go for that obvious liquidity or the strongest liquidity. I don't want to take that risk. Got the partial 28 handle, not enough for you. Go and go somewhere else. Look for someone else. I'm not the right guy for you. Got 28 handle, which is an extremely important area for me to take the partial 1:1. Put the stop loss to the break even, let the market to go for this buy side liquidity. If I would go for 38 handle, I believe even I would get like 38 handle partial as well. Okay, so it has already provided me 38 handle. Guys, I would love to put it a bit lower. Please don't copy this trailing stop loss. I'm gonna put it a bit lower just to cover that immediate rebalance week 50% area and the lower quadrant area by my stop loss, because it can fall one more time to trade the 50% of this immediate rebalance week. Will take a bit small risk. You don't need to do that. Put your stop loss to the break even, or maybe just close the trade. It is also good if you want to do that. It can fall one more time to trade the 50% of this immediate rebalance week. I just don't want to take that risk right now. Okay, so I'll either wait for this market to go to take that liquidity here, this buy side liquidity, and then I'll trail the stop loss, or it will hit my target, then the trade is done. So this is the midnight open. Market just tapped over here, build the strongest liquidity over here. Either has to clear that liquidity immediately right now, or it has a possibility to fall one more time before going higher to take that buy side liquidity. If it fall one more time, I'll look for another buying opportunity. If it doesn't fall, clear that liquidity, then the trade is done, right? I put my stop loss target profit buy side liquidity plus 5 handle, something like that. I'm gonna say the quadrant level of this week. Yeah, my stop loss covered the 50%, even though it didn't cover the lower quadrant. Okay, I think it's good. Would love to see if any of this quadrant level can hold the market and send it higher again one more time. So came to the 50% of this immediate rebalanced week. You can see here perfectly. Either it will go higher now, or it will keep falling, stop me out, and it will build maybe some sort of yeah, I got it. So it will come here, and then it will give me another buying opportunity, I guess. So now I have another buying opportunity because I have the buy side liquidity around that area. I hope some of you got some profit over here. If it doesn't come here, I will have no other entry opportunity around that area. It has to come to this gap. I don't want to see this week to respect anyway. This week to respect anyway. Can do that, but if you do that, I won't be able to re-enter over here. So I have to let this market to fall, clear that low, which is the liquidity taken, believing to make believe those people who are looking for support and resistance, they will start to believe this is a very strong resistance, and market fall took that low liquidity, so it's falling, falling, falling. That will give me more opportunity to take the buy. Hey Jamil, bom dia. Boom. I can see FL Trader, Ravi, and Sophia got the boom. Boom, and Suzivan. Boom in one funded account. Done. Switching to a ball account. That's cool. That's cool, brother. At least three of you got the boom. Four of you got the boom. That's cool, man. Muito bem, Jamil. Tudo bem? Hey, Kushit, did you take that trade as well? I'm not influencing any of you to copy my trade. I'm just trying to show you the PD address. In every way, I told you did it work like that way. This gap used it as a water block. That was the water block, but not good to me. It doesn't look good to me, so I didn't use it as an water block. I needed a VZ over here, take the entry from there. If it doesn't give me the entry from there, this is the last opportunity for me to take the buy. Now I can't hold my trade until here. I have to take the real partial, then I have to let the market to run if it go. Otherwise, I have to put my stop loss to the break even to get a stop out. Thank you, Khurshid. Love this setup. Thank you, Julian. Boom, boom for you, brother. I did not take that trade. Oh, that's cool, brother. Rabi. Guys, please don't forget to push the like button, subscribe to our channel if any of you are new. Okay, so 163 people are watching, 78 likes. I need at least the 50% because it's gonna be a good deal if I get the 50% likes. So at least it should be 81 or 82 likes, 3 to 4 more likes, please. Now this low has been cleared. See, this low has been cleared. It means that the first time it will close above this gap, I'm allowed to go for the trade again from this gap to until this buy side liquidity. As the market has cleared that liquidity, I'm gonna use this gap as an inverse way, or as a what to say, I mean the reclaimed inverse way, to take to take entry from here to for this buy side liquidity, because the liquidity has been cleared. Let's hope for the best. I hope it will give me another opportunity. If any of you are bearish, please go for the sell. I will have no problem with you guys if you take the sell. You can go for that. I'm not bearish. I'm not interested to look for any sort of sell. I'm more interested to look for buying opportunity. It gave me one buying opportunity here. Let's see if it can provide me another buying opportunity. But what about this gap? This gap doesn't have any value to me. No value to me. Even I can use this gap as an inverse way for this buy side liquidity. I'm not going to do that, of course, because that's going to be a very small limit. I mean, a small range. So I will use this gap to take the buy again. All I need to see before clearing this low over here, it has to close above this gap, at least above one tick above this gap. Next time, this market will have zero possibility to close below the consequent crossment of this gap before clearing this buy side liquidity. I took that trade from that ugly order block. I got 100 points. It's I'm not trying to encourage you, any of you, to take the entry from this order block. Yeah, I know that I was talking about the order block. It doesn't look like an order block to me. I always prefer a good candle. I would love to use as an order block. So if it was a good candle, I promise you, brother, from that candle would be my entry. That wouldn't be from here. But as the order block was not good, I'm not interested to take the entry from that order block. Okay, those people who are profitable, don't go for this trade. Are you kidding, brother? Market is going to fall from this gap. Take the sell. Go for sell. I'm kicked out of YouTube member because my credit card got fraud charges. As someone in a different country try to use it, I will rejoin after getting a credit card. So, oh man, don't say sorry. Come on. I really appreciate because you guys took the mentorship or membership from the YouTube channel. I really appreciate it, man. But yeah, no need to tell me sorry or something like that. I really appreciate it, guys. Like, you know, I feel like that I'm lucky because I got some of you here who took that membership or something that like that mentorship or something like that. Membership, I think. But it doesn't mean that you have to take it. If it close one tick above this gap, I'll put that limit order. I know that I should not put the limit order. I should go for the market order, but I will try to take re-entry. It doesn't need to retest this gap, but I'll wait for that retesting because I have already got an winning trade. If it was not an winning trade or this was my first trade, I would push the button whenever I saw the market has closed above this gap. One tick above this gap, I'm already in the trade. I wouldn't wait for the re-entry opportunity. But here this time I'll go for that because I've already taken a winning trade. The body didn't close above this gap, entry is not valid. Most of the time I miss the trade in this type of scenario, and I think that is going to happen. I hope. I think so. Let's wait for that. Those people who are looking for sell, please go for that. I really appreciate it. Go for sell. I'm not interested to go for sell. I'm not take any sort of sell. I'll wait for the buying opportunity. If it provide me the buy, I'll go for that. If it doesn't, I'm not gonna take any trade. I'll keep waiting to build and buying opportunity. PDRA means premium and discount array. So are you taking a buy from a premium area, or are you going to take a sell to the discounted area? If you do that, you are doing it in a wrong way. You have to buy in the discount, you have to sell in the premium. That's the meaning of PDRA. You can use any sort of model as your PDRA. For example, you can use the FVG as your PDRA, premium and discount array. That means around the discounted area, D array, you got a bullish PDRA. For example, bullish FVG. You can use that depending on your range to take that entry from that discounted area, or you can take a sell from a deep premium area from a bearish PDRA, bearish FVG, or bearish order block, something like that. I waited for first present fair value gap inverse and went from CE because stop loss is big otherwise. Which time? Okay, you went for the trade. Congratulations, brother. But I'm happy at least you guys are looking for buy. Which time frame do you frame the premium and discount? Mostly from 15-minute chart. Mostly from 15-minute chart. So what do you see over here? This market come here, build this clean highs. What does it mean? People are starting to believe that this is a very strong resistance. Take the sell, take the sell, take the sell. Where the market came back, 50% of that opening gap. See this opening gap lines over here? High of the opening gap, upper quadrant, 50%, lower quadrant, low. Came back again the 50%. More importantly to this gap, I showed you like sometimes ago. This gap over here, okay? Trade this gap 100%, come back again, closed above this opening gap, fall again, upper quadrant is now respecting 50%, upper quadrant. All I need to see, body close above this line, start to respect this high of the opening gap, and then I'll get the confirmation to take the buy from this gap. So I'm just waiting for that confirmation, get the buy again. Keep watching the PDRs, how they are going to be respected on February. So this is February. Market should start to respect the PDRs so beautifully, and just keep watching them, how they are going to respect. 50% respecting, upper quadrant respecting, not even a single body has closed below this upper quadrant. The same way it didn't close below the 50%. When the market will close above this gap, nobody should close below the high of this opening gap. And all I need to see, a body close above this gap to take the entry. I'm not asking any of you to look for that sell. If you are bearish, try to take the, sorry, not to look for that buy. If you are bearish, take the sell without any sort of confusion. Chito, I have watched your word block video and it's really good. Thank you so much, brother, for that compliment. I really appreciate it, brother. I think you are the guy who told that you never commented, and finally you have commented to our uh, channel. So I think it's a really great achievement for me. I feel like that way, man. I really appreciate it. Thank you for your comment, brother. I'm just waiting to see when it is going to close out this gap to take the buy. Look what my stop loss is going to uh, cover that high of the opening gap. 50% low, high should be respected like this way, like that way. So it will close out this gap. We'll try to remember it doesn't need to retest this gap, but as the volatility is huge, I will look for the retest. If it retest, I'll take that buy. So there you go. I'm in this trade. We'll look for a partial around 1:1, which is gonna be like 23 handle something if I don't get a stop out, by the way. Yeah. So I'll try to take a partial over here. If I don't, okay, I got a stop out actually. I didn't want to get a stop out over here. My stop loss was like just covering this high. It didn't work. Got a stop out over here. I'll let this market fall to close one more time above this area to take a rebuy. The reason is this low should be now protected. That means as long as this low is not going to clear, I'm good to go for the buy again for the from this gap over here. If you are already profitable over here, don't look for the entry around this area again. It's a very specific things. Not going to tell you again. Over trading, stop doing that. Go for one winning trade, then rest of the time just keep watching. It didn't work. We'll see how it is going to work with this low over here, because stop loss should cover that low, which is nearly impossible for me cover that low. Instead of that, would love to believe the way it was respecting the quadrant level. So this time it has broken this lower, I mean, sorry, upper quadrant. So need to see how the wick is going to hold here. This time the wick is important to me, not here. This was not important to me, but this is important to me. Find out re-entry opportunity from this gap. If this low is taken, I'm not interested to go for any sort of trade. Low is not taken, you'll close above this gap, we'll look for the rebuy again from there. Not that. 23 handle, right? So I just didn't wait for this because I'm afraid that market is not going to give me the entry opportunity, re-entry opportunity. So I just enter over here even before this market to close, because it should not spend more time over here. It should start to go higher. So just entered over here. I'm just afraid that it will ever give me another opportunity here. So I just needed to, I can't wait over here. So this candle close, either I have to take the entry over here or I have to take this risk over here. So I took the risk over here because this time this market should not fall while it is respecting this area. So I just entered over here before this market close above this gap. This is the things I was afraid most of the time it happens. So here I will try to take the partial to this buy side liquidity and will hold the trade as long as I can. So I'll look for the next PDRS, find out where is gonna be that, and we'll go for this partial exactly over here to this buy side liquidity. It can give me another opportunity from this gap. If it do that, I'll add more over there. If it do that, I will add one more contract around this gap by trailing the stop loss below this low. I'm just not sure it will give me that or not, but if it give me that, I'll go for that before clearing that buy side liquidity. Let's see if it can give me that or not. I hope it will take me. If it doesn't, bad luck. So now my stop loss should be below that candle. This is an unfilled gap. Okay, it didn't actually take me. So let it go and to see if I have any other buy side liquidity. I have the buy side liquidity around that area. I'll hold the trade until here. Come on. No, 122. I'm not going to do that. I can do, can close the trade. Just close it over here because I need the boom from you guys. The stop loss to the break even. Now these things over here, even before closing, how you will enter, it's something that is kind of experience. Okay, when you will keep watching the market, you will feel that it's not gonna give you the entry opportunity over there. You have to enter earlier. I can't transfer this to you guys. It is gonna come if you specifically look for some specific PDRA until a certain period of time, then you will start to feel these things, okay, without me. But this is the thing I can't explain. However, this is the gap that should be unfilled over here. Depending on the price action, it should be unfilled. This is the lowest down close body close candle. That is the order block has traded this gap. trade this order block by that specific candle. This is the gap which is unfilled. That's why I was saying maybe I'll be able to take one more entry. It doesn't need to trade it. If it trade it, I would add more over there by believing this gap is going to be unfilled. And right now I'm just targeting this high. I could go for this relatively equal highs as well. See this high and that high, relatively equal highs. I'm not going for that because I need the boom from you guys. So previously I took an entry from for 23 handle loss. Unfortunately, 23 handle loss, and here I took a partial for 45 handle, and now we'll try to see if it can give me the boom around 71 handle or not. All is this reading the price so precisely. I never thought that it's going to fall. I was keep looking for the buying opportunity as long as this market is not going to go below this low. This is the origin low of this setup. As long as this low is not taken, this is a bullish market. Here, when this candle appeared on the chart, I really don't wanted to see these two candle over here. See this candle closed? I really didn't want to see this is going to close over here. Instead of that, this candle, the way it respected, I wanted to see it will respect like that way. It didn't do that. Okay, I got stopped out, took a very small loss. Then we'll go for the re-entry opportunity again from that area to look for the boom. If I get it. Now you can't enter over here anymore. The liquidity has been cleared, so you can't enter from that area anymore. You could enter from that area, around that area, if it could fall and take that low. If it could do that, then I wouldn't be able to take entry from this gap anymore. I have to wait for this gap to inverse, take the entry from that gap instead of this old gap. Sorry guys, I was afraid of this candle to close here because I know that when this candle is going to close, there is low probability it will trade this gap one more time. So I have to take the entry from there. I just didn't want to take the entry from there. I wanted to take the entry near to this gap, so I entered early, and now I see if it can give me the boom. I wish it will give me, not like the last time. Remember this time I missed my target just for a bit here. So let's see this time what is going to happen. If it give me, or if it just do the same thing with me again. If it do that, I'm okay. All I have to do, I have to cover this gap because this is the gap I want to see unfilled. If it is filled, then I will start to look for the breaker block entry from that area. If it is filled, then I'll look for the breaker block from 1 minute chart. How many likes did I get? Okay, 91 likes. Can you guys please push 9 more likes? It will be like 100 likes. Okay, I'm really greedy to see the likes. Come on, guys. I showed you how to look for the bias. I showed you how to wait for the PD array. I showed you how to wait for the entry opportunity. I showed you how, if you miss the trade, what you are going to do. So I have already shown you a lot of things over here. All you have to do is you have to believe the things and don't focus on the chat. Sometimes, there are some PhD holders are going to join and then they will start to teach us. Don't focus over there because they don't know what they're talking about. I wish I could get ICT one more time to justify my reading price action. Last time I was so excited. I was not even to talk with him because I was so excited. I was just waited to close my stream so that I can tell this to my mother that ICT joined our stream. Unfortunately, it was really so weird. I think ICT thought this guy is weird or something like that. But trust me, man, I was so excited. That is one of the best achievement in my life, in trading life. One of the best achievement that ICT's comment on our live streaming. I really appreciate it, but last time I was overexcited. Good morning, Marbra. But this time, if I get ICT, I'm not gonna be overexcited. I would just talk to him. However. Oh man, seriously? I hate it, man. Hey Raman, Tito, are you married? How many kids? I have 11,706 kids. And yes, I get married to NASDAQ. This is the institutional order flow entry drill. So if it respects, just tap over here and start to go higher, that is awesome. That's really awesome. London high is now relative equal highs. I wish it will start to fall again then, because if it starts to fall again now, I'll be able to frame another buy. If it doesn't do that, I have to stop here. I have to let the market to run higher, as long as it's not going to take some sort of sell side liquidity. When it will take some sort of sell side liquidity, maybe I'll be able to frame another buy if it doesn't fall right now. So I really appreciate if the market can fall right now. It's 10:13. We have already framed 3 trade, one losing 23 handle, one partial 28 handle, another one partial for 45 handle, holding it for 71 handle. I don't need to hold it over here. I can keep it holding until this last FBZ from 15 minutes set. I can do that over here. I believe it will go over there. I'm so much strong. I have the feelings market will come over here. I'm just holding it until here so that you guys can write down boom to the comment box, because if it doesn't hit the extreme target, you don't write down the boom. So I need that boom word, the comment box. Just because of that, I'm holding it for this small high. See, this high, I really don't like this type of highs. At least a lot of buy side liquidity I can see over here. I wish I was trading alone. I would catch the whole run. But now I'm not gonna do that. See this wick over here? Let me show you. That is the wick that has cleared that low, that low, that low. Trade a FVZ. I'm more interested to see it will trade any of these quadrant levels. See here, 50% has been traded. Now my stop loss is safe below this low that has traded that wick. Now I'm expecting the speed toward that liquidity. Why? Because the job is done over here. See, now I'm wrong. Market didn't hit my target. It inversed again. Stop me out. Do I really care? I don't care, because the job it needed to do, it has done over here. So sometimes when I do that, there is a logic behind this. I'm watching something around that area that is helping me to trail the stop loss over here. So you see, I don't put my stop loss below that low. I don't put my stop loss below that low. I don't put stop loss below the fair value gap. I put it below that area. What is that area? Because I don't mark it, you don't see it. So you just see this candle low. Why that candle low? Because this candle has done its job with that wick. Which wick? That wick has cleared all other wick, traded a gap. So this wick is important to me. Next candle, trade that wick quadrant level. Now it should give me the speed. So there is no logic to put the stop loss still over here. Instead of that, put it below that low. Because this time, if market would love to fall, it will trade the 50% of that week, because this week has traded the last FBZ over here. So this week quadrant level is going to be important, not that low, and then you are going to get that speed. So there you go. Those people who are going to join a bit later, they will think that this guy is over trading. I'm not over trading. I'm just trying to show you how to trade in this type of scenario where you have missed the entry at the bottom. So the whole thing started from there, around that area. This gap has been respected so beautifully. I was absolutely sure that it was a bold statement. As long as this market is above this 15-minute bullish gap, which is prior to 9:30, I am bullish. If it break it, maybe I'll look for sell, but I'm not good. I'm not confident to take the sell. I'm only interested to look for the buying opportunity. I marked this 1 minute gap and I told that I don't know how to use this gap, when I should use that gap, as long as this market didn't close above this gap. When it has closed above this gap, I told I'm not going to believe this gap blindly. I need a order block that is gonna be a confirmation to take the buy. Here, this down close body close candle that has traded this gap over here is an order block. I don't like to mark this type of order block because it's a very small body, long wick. But brother, it worked over here. I don't give a shit, brother. Trust me. If you avoid this, you will avoid a lot of losing trade. So don't just take the things. It is like helping your understanding. Don't take that things. Take the things your psychology is not going to grant it. However, this, if it was a big beautiful order block, that could be my buy over here. Not from here, it should be from there at the beginning of the run. At the beginning of the run. As I missed that order block, I was more interested to take the buy from this gap. I just told that if there is a one tick gap, I'll take the buy from there. for this buy side liquidity after clearing the partial from the last FBC. Unfortunately, there was no gap. Instead of that, market actually took that order block trade here. Not good for me, but good for market. Trade that order block, keep going higher. At the same time, I showed you how to understand sweeping liquidity and continuation of the run. If it was sweeping liquidity, it wouldn't do like that way, right? See the speed through that liquidity over here, the speed, that's telling me it's a bullish market. I took the entry over here, took the partial target, didn't hit, got stopped out to the break even. I'll say break even because it should put it at the break even, but I took a bit loss over here actually, but got stopped out over here. I clearly told don't look at that week because it's a liquidity low now. This is the information you have to understand. This week is not a week you should look for some sort of quadrant level. No, this is the week low that is actually the liquidity. The market is coming after building this buy side liquidity over here from the 8:30 open, sorry, midnight open, reacting from there, coming back what to take that low. I clearly told that it has to take that low, and then I'll start to think, can it hold the market? This small gap over here, can it hold the market? Send it higher again above this area, above that gap. Market fall, took that sell side liquidity, trade this 50% of the opening gap over confluences. Very happy to see that. Trade this gap, tried what one time, failed, fall, came to trade this quadrant level of that week. Now this week quadrant level is important. Why? Because this low should be protected now. Not that low, it's a liquidity low. But this low, after clearing the liquidity, is a protected low. We'll go for the quadrant level from here to here. The way it has been traded here, look at this. I'm gonna remove this opening gap from my chart right now. 1, 2. Is there anybody that has closed below the upper quadrant? No. So I can simply believe it over here. My stop loss has to be below this low over here because this low should be protected. Unfortunately, there's a huge stop loss, was not able to do that. So put it here, which is 23 handle. I'm absolutely okay with that. Got stopped out over here. Come back again, trade the 50% perfectly, clearly, precisely. Go back. I was afraid to think that it's gonna retest. Instead of that, I have to enter over here. While this candle closed over here, I have to enter over there, exactly over there. This candle open, fall a bit, I'm already in a trade. I was afraid to take it from that far, so wanted to take the entry as soon as possible. It was near to this gap, so when it went a bit higher, I just enter over here. Got the partial around this area, which was near about 46 handle after taking 23 3 handle loss. Took that 46 handle and then close the trade around here somewhere. I don't remember how much handle was that. I think it was above here, if I'm not wrong. So 71 handle, something like that. And I clearly told that I'm not interested to close it over here. I'm just closing it over here so that you guys write down boom to the comment box. I want to see this market to come to this specific gap over here. So as long as this market is not coming to this gap, I'll keep looking for the buying opportunity. It has to come over here. So this entry, I could hold it until here without any sort of confusion. I could hold it here by trailing the stop loss. Just not doing it because I'm greedy to get your to see that you have written down boom to me. Just because of that. Now let's see how many boom did I get. Oh, Sophia, thank you. By the way, was there anyone who were with me in that trade? Still have until 9 a.m. tomorrow to enter the discipline challenge on Discord. The link is above and the rules are in the channel. Thank you, FL Trader, for sharing that. Yes, guys, please make sure that you have joined to that discipline challenge. It will help you a lot to understand the difference between being a discipline trader and not being a discipline trader. So I really appreciate you guys or insist you guys to join there. It's absolutely free. All you have to do, you have to have a specific account, prop firm account. That's all. Please don't call me sir. I am Tharun. Thank you so much, brother, for saying that. So I got one guy at least who are with me. Now what I have to do, I have to wait for the next opportunity. Please don't think that I was over trading over here, right? It's because the partial and the entry and the closing. Just because of that, it's look a lot of arrows over there. There are three trades over here. I don't need to take three trades. One winning trade for 28 handle, 30 handle is more than enough for being profitable. Just one trade is more than enough for being profitable. I don't need to take this trade over here. May I talk with you? I wanted to discuss something with you, brother. I have a question I would like to ask you. If you are with us in our Discord and if you mention me, the main room, I'll be there, brother. Now, some of you just give me the friend request on Discord. Let me clear myself. I'm not rude. I'm not doing it intentionally. The problem is previously it was public for everyone. So what happens? Sometimes you guys just give me the message, brother, how are you? Brother, good morning. Brother, good night. Now, if you think like 50 people are giving you this type of message and you have to reply all of them, because if I don't reply, they will feel like I'm ignoring them. How many times it takes for me just to reply those things? It's really difficult for me to give the reply to every single one of you one by one. Okay, so if you have some problem, you can share it. There is nothing wrong. But most of the time, what happens? You will just do the greetings, and it kills a lot of time. Okay, so that's why I'm not interested for the personal message. Instead of that, if you share the question or your problem in the main room, every single other people will be able to learn from you as well. I feel like that way. It's my recommendation, or I insist you guys to contact with me through that main room. However, this is the 50% of that big opening gap. See this big opening gap? Sorry, not big opening gap. The bearish gap from the daily chart came to the 50% of that bearish gap. So it's giving me some sort of reaction from there. I hope so. Let's see if it can provide me another buying opportunity. Those people who are profitable, don't go for any other trade. It's a request. Boom for you, brother. Thank you, Suzivan. Boom for you, brother. So everyone is giving me boom. I'm here for you guys, not for me. So I'm interested to know that did you learn anything from there? You took that entry or not, it doesn't matter at all. But did you get the point to understand why I'm not switching my bias, why I'm not choosing anything else, why I was interested for that PDA? That was my interest. Know that. Thank you, Donaldo. Hey, Vin, can you be a observer in challenge? Of course, man, I will be over there. Every single trade I will observe them. And of course, on Saturday and Sunday, we'll discuss the entries we are going to take. So it can be your trade, Vin. So maybe you took a trade, it didn't work, you have the confusion why it didn't work. And we'll talk about that. We'll try to post-mortem to that trade. Why it didn't work. Hello, I'm new to your channel. Okay. Today, I just wanted to ask which country you are from. I would really appreciate it if you could clarify this for me. Really appreciate it if I clarify from where I'm from. But first of all, welcome to our community, brother. This is not my channel. This is our channel. This is our family. I really appreciate it as and welcome you as you just joined us today. I hope you learned something from here. In the case of where am I from, should I say? If I tell you the truth, you will leave me because I don't want to lose anyone because of my authenticity with the area I'm from. Uh, yes. Where am I from? Let me think about that. Where am I from? Okay, guys, I'm just gonna remove these lines from my chart because it's done already. Okay, I'll remove. I hope you got the point over here. I'm gonna keep this here. It's the breaker block still didn't been traded, so I'm watching if it can come back again to trade this breaker block over here. If it can come back. Fantastic analysis and executions. Thank you, Trader. Hello, I'm new. Okay, I read your comment already. Guys, one question. How old are you? By the way, I'm 20. Okay, Tharun has a question. How old are you guys? Because he's 20. I'm much more older than you, brother. Near about 14 years ago, I was at your age. If that's the problem, they should not be here. Okay, no, it's not a problem. I was just kidding. Brother, I'm from Bangladesh. I live in Portugal right now. I'm in Portugal, but I'm from Bangladesh. So sorry about my accent. I know some of the word you don't understand, but Sophia and a lot of you are actually helping me a lot to overcome those problems. I really appreciate it, to be honest. Yeah, okay. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Gurdev. I did you love your culture? Thank you, Phil. You're from another planet, did you love? I'm from another planet. Wow. I'm just watching to see while it will come to this breaker block. Can I start to look for another opportunity from this breaker block to take the buy? As it finished, it reversed from an how to say that, unethical place. It should not reverse from there. It should reverse from this gap. If it would start to reverse from that gap, I could look for some sort of breaker water block entry. As it reversed from a random level, according to my understanding, I'm not interested to see this will keep falling. So I will start to hold the fall until here to find out another buying opportunity. Remember, this low is very protected low. This low is representing this low. So this was the low that has been transferred over here now. That low should be protected. So as long as this low is protected, I'll keep waiting for the buying opportunity. Now my higher time frame PDRA here is this breaker block from 50-minute chart. If it was from 1-minute chart, that breaker block, I would start to say that this is the breaker block that give me 95% winning rate. But as it is from 50-minute chart, I would wait for this 50-minute breaker block as a to use it as a higher time frame point of interest. Then I will wait for a lower time frame entry opportunity. Most of the time, the entry appears from the 15-second chart actually, but we'll see. At the same time, from 1-minute chart, I have this unfilled gap over here. So I would love to see if it can fill this unfilled gap 100% and then can start to go higher. Those people who are interested to see or think that why this is the unfilled gap, brother? Why it is the unfilled gap? Why not this one? Why not another one? Look at what happened here. Market first fall, cleared all the liquidity, trade a 50-minute bullish gap. Swing high has been shifted over here. Market structure shift. FVZ is over there. Market trade this FVZ, FVZ, FVZ. Last lowest down close body close candle has been validated as an order block while this candle over here has closed above this candle. Then one, two, three, four, five. So all of these candles traded that order block. After trading the order block, what should you expect? Unfilled gap. Do you have the unfilled gap? Yes, I have the unfilled gap. If this unfilled gap is closed by 100%, I can start to look for the breaker block from 1-minute chart to enter again. Okay. If it doesn't do that, that means history repeatal things is happening over here. This low has been cleared. Trade this FBC, market is going higher. This low has been cleared. Market trade this FBZ, market started to go higher. I can't take entry over here right now. Why? Because here I had the high time frame PDRA. What type of high time frame PDRA did you have? You had the order block here. You had the new opening gap high here. You have a lot of things over here. But here is absolutely a random level. So I can't use this random level to frame another buy from there. I can't do that. So I'll let this market to go without taking any sort of entry. If it could come here, I would start to look for buying opportunity from that area. My point is clear to all of you. Don't be upset. I'm actually using Google Translate to message you. To be honest, I really don't understand English very well. I'm from Bangladesh, brother. I'm not getting it, except brother. Previous day high, brother. Previous day high. So, Jivan, what do you mean by that? I mean, why did you mean that? Land doesn't belongs to any geographical or man-divided borders or named countries. That's true, Raman. But actually, language is very difficult. For example, he just told that he is not understanding what I'm saying. It's really difficult, to be honest. Where are you from? They. Where are you from, brother? Tito, I met you in my dream few days ago. I have no clue why I met you in my dream. Come on, brother. It's a brother's way, okay, guys? Don't misinterpret that. That's a brother's way. We met in the dream. But it was nice to see you. Thank you so much, Murshid. I really appreciate it, man. Thank you so much, man. Okay, I'm a bit older, I guess. I find the chat hard to keep up with, and I also watch the chart. They both move too fast, lol. It's true, brother. Thank you, no problem, man. Brother, please don't be upset. I'm not upset, by the way. ভাইয়া আপনি কি বাংলা পড়তে পারেন? কেন আমি বাংলা পড়তে পারবো না ভাই? আম ফ্রম বাংলাদেশ। আমি বাংলা পড়তে পারি, লিখতে পারি, বাংলায় কথা বলতে পারি, বাংলায় গান গাইতে পারি, বাংলায় সবকিছু করতে পারি ভাই। My mother language is Bengali. Short term after trading previous day high. Oh, okay, okay, I got you, brother. So market has cleared previous day high? I don't think so. Previous day high was here, right? That has been cleared long time ago. It was here somewhere? Yeah, yeah. I think this was the previous day high here. That has been cleared long time ago. I don't know. Yeah, we'll see, brother. But I am not interested to look for the reversal from a random level. I need to see this market to come over here at first, even if it would love to reverse. From without reaching here, I'm not interested to see any sort of reversal. While it did it from there, I was pretty much confident to take a buy from that area. Unfortunately, market didn't reach over here, so I didn't able to frame any other buy. Liquidity has been cleared. All I needed a higher time frame point of interest. Unfortunately, I didn't get that, so I have missed this buy. I was never thinking this is going to fall. So that was my point. So here and then it will start to reverse. It is possible. So while it will come here, I have to be very careful to see the 50-minute candle, how it is going to react with this 50-minute last FVG. FVG. I'm so sorry, brother. I don't want to share any of my personal stuff with here, okay? I'm extremely sorry, brother. I have faced a lot of problem previously while I have shared my personal stuff, and then like, I hope you'll understand, brother. I just don't want to share these things. If you want, you can join us through the Discord. We can talk about that even in Bengali. No worries about that. You will get the link to the pin comment. Just join over there. It's absolutely free. Don't no need to think about paying me anything. So this is the link. You can through that link to our Discord. At the same time, thank you so much, guys, for pushing that like button. 107 likes. I really appreciate it. While this market will come here for the first time, I'll try to find out any sort of reaction from there. That means any sort of selling opportunity from there. If it doesn't show me the bullishness, so the highest up close body close candle, I'll use it as an order block for a short period of time fall. It is the best if I can wait for the entry opportunity from the 30-second chart. So if you go to your 30-second chart, the order block is going to be created, not 30-second, 15-second chart, it's going to be created from there in a very beautiful way. If you don't believe me, just go and recheck. There should be a beautiful order block around that area from 15-second chart. If you don't believe me, just recheck, man. No need to take the entry, but just go for that. I'll just keep waiting, okay, to see if I can find anything, because just 10:36, still I have 1 hour left to go for the trade, even though we have already made a huge profit over here already. Titi bro was too busy with my project, hence he couldn't join with you. Hey Sharoda, how are you, man? I really appreciate it, man. Thanks for being coming back. Observe the wick of that specific candle. This is the area where I have to be very careful, very, very, very careful over here, just to find out is the 50 minute giving me any sort of reaction from there, or is it extremely bullish and market will keep going higher over there? Like it will keep going higher. What it is interested to do, I have to find it out from the 50 minute chart right now. Find out what it wants to do around that area. Okay, it has been violated, so I can simply remove it from my chart. I don't want to use it as an inverse way. That's gonna make more complications. I'm just not interested. I can't help you in that case of scenario, brother. I mean, if you don't understand the English, I have no idea how I can do that. I mean, know what to say, man. 120 tail candle, a bearish breaker. I don't have any higher time frame bearish P area here except this huge box. So I'm more interested to see how the market is going to close inside these gaps from the daily chart. This is the only thing I'm watching from my daily chart. If you come here and you see this small gap over here, market is now trading. I just need to see how it is going to trade this gap. If it close above this gap, I'll be extremely bullish. If it doesn't close above this gap, start to fall, respect from that area, I think I will wait for this market to close below this gap and then I'll switch my bias to take the sell. Until then, I'll keep looking for the buy. First for this high, second for that high. To look for the breaker block around that area from the daily chart. I don't have any breaker block around that area from my daily chart. No breaker block at all. Please go to your 15-second chart and look over there. Beautiful order block. It should be there. Beautiful order block around that area from 15-second chart. This is called a reaction, something like that, from the last FVG. Some sort of reaction. So this highest up close body close candle, that's going to be my sell from that candle. I'm not going to take it because that's not according to my bias. Here, see this candle tap to this water block. I'm interested to take the sell over here by putting the stop loss to handle above this water block and going to take at least 1:1 partial, which is maybe maybe target this gap over here. Let's keep it simple. Target this gap over there. From where? From the water block. Which one is the water block? This one is the water block around here. I'm not asking any of you to go for this trade because it is against my bias. I'm not interested to take this water block entry. Instead of that, I'll just watch how it is going to get here. And target could be this 50% of this gap. Observe it. Why I'm not taking it? Because it is against my bias. So it can give me some sort of reaction. I just don't know how far it will fall. So is it going to reverse from this small gap? Is it coming here? Is it coming to take that relatively equal lows and fill this gap and trade this breaker block before going here? I have no idea. So if I don't know how far it will fall, I'm not interested to go for that trade. I'll just frame it. I just watch it. I just see how it is going to react from there. So the reaction, how far it has fallen. In my mind, I keep waiting for a buying opportunity. No, brother, I have nothing from in Bengali, brother, unfortunately. Suspension block also. Suspension block is very difficult for me. I'm looking for buys also. Not do you consider? Okay, I have already talked about that. Short week 7. Yeah, it is yes. It is yes. I think you are talking about some sort of order block around that area. By the way, guys, I'm just trying to show you that to catch that reaction. It's not a selling idea for any of you. If you would love to take the sell, please go for that. I'm not interested to take the sell. So I'm waiting here, find a buying opportunity. I'll keep waiting for a buying opportunity. This is a sell I would love to go for if this is gonna be my first trade. That means I didn't take any trade over here. Then and only then I'll try to take a sell from there to catch some sort of reaction, and every single time I'll take the PDRS, I'll keep moving the stop loss. One step another, one step after one step, okay? Otherwise, I don't want to go against my bias. This is called kind of tilt. Okay, you took the buy, you took the sell, buy, sell, buy, sell. Don't you do that. If you're biased base, go for only one-sided run and let all the opposite run to go. Look where when I was talking about here, the price action, I was so confident to go for that trade or something like that. But here, when I'm trading this area, I'm not interested to go for the trade here. I'm just watching the market, how far it can fall. Can it give me any other buying opportunity from there? Just I'm watching that things. But if you go to your 15-second chart, there should be a beautiful bearish order block here that should beautifully work and give you some sort of profit over there. গল্প করে বলতে পারবো না সে একজন আইসিটি ট্রেডার আছে. Thank you, brother, but unfortunately I don't have anything in Bengali, unfortunately. 15-second order block was beautiful. I missed it. No worries. That was against our bias, so I don't really care about that if you miss it or not. Even this 1 minute order blocks, I believe it's going to work as well, but just not interested to go for this trade. This is the min threshold that is respecting so beautifully. You can see it over here. The 50%, still nobody has closed above this 50% or the min threshold of this consecutive order block. It should keep falling. Let's see if it can keep falling, or does it want to go higher. If it keep going higher, we'll go for the next trade. My next trade is gonna happen in between 10:50 to 11:10. If I find something good over there. Is 10:20 candle, there is no breaker block for me at least. There is no breaker block for me at least. If you find any breaker block, go for that. I will look for the breaker block if and only if this gap is filled 100%. Then and only then I'll look for the breaker block. Otherwise, I don't have any other breaker block. আচ্ছা না. Look at in futures, customer service sucks. You have to contact them through the Discord, brother. So in the Discord, open a ticket, mention, write down your problem, and mention Usman, busy CMO. These two guys, just mention them. Can also change your videos on YouTube through some kind of settings that can translate to other languages. Hopefully, this will help reach a bigger audience. I really didn't know that we can do that. I will try. I'll try to do that, brother. So I don't know how to do. Hoping someone stream can guide if you already know how to do it. I really don't know how to do that. But yeah, if it is an option, I got a mail actually from YouTube, and they told that they're going to do it automatically. That means I don't need to do anything. They will be translated by the YouTube community automatically. I don't need to do anything. However, it didn't work. Do I really care about that? No, because I'm not bearish. I'm bullish. So all I need find out a buying opportunity. All the sell, I'll let them go to wait for a buying opportunity. Can I take a buy right now? No, absolutely not. It's trading the last ABC from the 15-minute chart. I have to wait for some more specific things here. What specific things I'm waiting for? I don't know that. While the market will start to create them, I will just mark them. Right now, I have no idea what I will do over here. I have no idea how I can take a buy over here. Price will provide me that. Remember here, I was bullish, but I didn't know how to look for that buy run. So I just started to see what market is going to provide me. And then I started to use the PDRA or building the PDRA to take that buy. Same here. I have no idea how the buy is going to happen around that area. All I need to do, I have to wait for this market to give me the PDRS that will help me to frame that buying opportunity. Here, I'm just watching a chart like this. I have no idea what is going to happen next. I have to wait for that PDRS. I hope it will help you a bit to understand that every single time we don't need to know what is going to happen next. You should wait for a PDRA be to be reached. That means I was interested that market will come here. So as long as it's not coming here, I was one-sided. I was only bullish. But now I'm not only bullish. I need get the confirmation. Market willing to break that last FBZ, or it can stop the market, send it lower to clear this obvious liquidity. This low has cleared over here. which is a shallow run, which is the obvious liquidity. After finishing the upper job, then this market is going to fall to lower job to done to create this unfinished business, which is the breaker block from 15-minute chart. Then it will start to go higher. So I need to get that confirmation. What I will do here, I will, if it happens, okay, I'll let this fall go and then I'll start to frame the buy again over there. If the market left some sort of buy side liquidity around that area. Now you can, if your bias is bearish, then you will let all the buy go, and now you'll start to look for sell because it reached to your lowest, I mean highest PDR or the last PDR. Right? This is the last PDR before this market going higher. Thank you, Ravi, for that comment. I really don't know, brother, but you know that I'm not making also the English video as well, so I have no time to go through all of these things in Bengali. I know that some of you previously also came from Bangladesh. I'm sorry, guys, whoever is in Bangladesh, from Bangladesh. I really appreciate, I don't know what to say, but I can't start talking in Bengali. Can't do that. I don't have that much patience to build a Bengali channel again and then focus on Bengali and English differently. I just can't do that. ভাই আপনি কত বছর ধরে ট্রেডিং করেন? Near about 9 years now. 10 years, I guess. 10, 9, 10 years, something like that. Guys, I need to see the higher time frame right now a bit because the line I was wanted has been already delivered. So I have to see what I can find over here. I really don't have anything here anymore. What should I say now, guys? Now, if you ask me to frame any trade, I'm not able to do that. Nothing like that. Unfortunately, right now I have nothing over here. I'll see if the market, if it provide me something or not. Job is already done. M job is already done. Absolutely, Ravi, that's the problem. The M job is already done. ভাই আমাদের বাংলাদেশে অনেক মানুষ আছে ট্রেডিং শিখতে চায় কিন্তু কিছু brother, I'm not teaching anything, okay? Try to understand. I'm not teaching anything. I really know what is happening in Bangladesh. I know all of those fraud people who are actually doing all of this thing through the TikTok or something like that. But I have nothing to say about that. I mean, what to say? In every industry, there are the fraud people, okay? They will only focus on earning money. They don't care about your loss or your profit. I say about that. Understand, brother, but I'm here, bro. Dealing range. What do you mean by dealing range? I'm watching the dealing range from the daily chart. To the 50% is still the body is below the 50% of the dealing range. High, the dealing range, low of the dealing range, lower quadrant, 50%. As long as this market is not coming to this deep discount premium area, I can't simply say that it's a bullish market. But overall, if it can close out this zone, the daily candle can close out that zone. If it is not fake breakout, I could say that it's bullish right now. But right now, as long as this is not going to close at least the 50% of these drones, because it can simply start to react from there, keep falling for this relatively equal lows, which I don't want to see, because according to that big dealing range, this market should not clear that low instead of clearing that low. So first it has to clear that high, and then it should clear that low, according to my understanding. So this is the zone right now. This market have to decide, does it really would love to keep going higher? And if it would love to do that, it has to close at least above this only bearish PDRA. If it can close above this bearish PDRA, tap to this line, I'm extremely bullish for this all-time high. If it doesn't do that, I start to react from there. I have to wait as long as this market is not going to close below this gap. I have to wait for that, and then if it closes below this gap, take this relatively equal lows. I'll look for this gap over here from the weekly chart. I just showed you at the beginning of this stream. You guys remember, because the most obvious level. But for now, I really don't know what to do. Okay, I really don't know what to do. Have nothing that I can target. Simply have nothing. But still, I have 35 minutes left. What should I do? I have no word to say about that. So I will wait here to see if the market can provide me something. Right now, I'm just watching this empty chart. Like there is nothing, simply nothing. Now, please don't start to judge me, please. It's a request. I'm bullish, but I can't do anything over here because I don't have the end line. I don't have the target. I don't have anything over here. No buy side liquidity, no last FBC, no entry FBC, nothing over here. I can force myself to target this volume imbalance or the new day opening gap, which is here. But I prefer not to do that. Let's see. Let's see. Look at the 11 a.m. What is going. But guys, if you find something, please go for that. Foner, I don't look for them, guys. I mean, Foner, you should know that, right? Asia High, London High, they're not important around this time. They are important. For example, the London High could be important around 11 a.m. Like, also, I got that information from Suzivan. I have no shame to share this. While Suzivan keeps saying that London High, this is the London close, so there should be some sort of reaction. And whenever I read this comment, I keep reminding myself, is it really happening? And I saw that most of the time it's really happening. So London High, or the, sorry, not London High, London closing time around 11 a.m. There's some sort of reversal or something like that. That is really insightful information for me. But Asia High, London High, they don't have any importance to me until a certain period of time. I think I have explained that when it is important to me through the members on live. Should watch that part one more time, brother. You're trading 1 minute time frame and 15-minute time frame. Is it necessary to look at the longer time frame like 4 hour chart? I don't look for 4 hour chart. I always stop looking time frame above the 15-minute chart. If I don't see anything from 15-minute chart, I prefer to go maximum 1 hour chart. 4 hour chart is important if and only if your execution is from 5 minute chart. So if you are executing your trade from 1 minute chart and your hard time frame is 4 hour chart, you are doing it absolutely in a wrong way. 4 hour chart, 5 minute execution is a whole new world. Again, it's according to ICT, not according to me. So people will keep showing you 4 hour chart, 4 hour chart. Do you know why? Because this is gonna give them more space to giving the excuse of the losing trade. This 4 hour chart, blah, blah, blah. But if it works for you, go for that, man. I really appreciate it. Should it? I can't do anything over here as the market Just keep going higher, right? I'm feeling helpless right now because I'm bullish, but I can't do anything over here. So I'm feeling like helpless. So I'll let the 11 a.m. candle to go to find out what it is going to do, and then I'll try to go for some sort of trade. This is the old high. I'd love to mark it over there to see if it can build some sort of buy side liquidity over here and then fall or not. If you do that, maybe I'll be able to find some sort of buying again. Let's see. No problem, brother. Again, those people who use the 4 hour chart, keep using them, brother. You don't need to listen to me. For me, 4 hour chart has no value if I am going to push the button from 1 minute chart. You can use them for your understanding of the market structure, but it's not mandatory or it's not something valuable to push the button from 1 minute chart. 1 minute is a very small time frame. If I ask you to use a daily gap, push your button from 15-second chart, it's kind of absurd. Same like here. Like 4 hour chart, 1 minute execution, it's absurd. People only who are very new to ICT concepts, they will recommend you to go for 4 hour chart if your execution is from 1 minute chart. But if your execution is 5 minute chart, oh man, 15 minute chart, hourly chart has no value. Have to look for 4 hour chart. ভাই একটু বলে দেন আপনার চ্যানেল কোন জায়গা থেকে ভিডিও দেখা শুরু করব, একটু দেখিয়েও দিলে ভালো হয়। ইংরেজি কোনো সমস্যা নাই, দেখতে পাচ্ছি ঠিক হয়ে যাবে। Okay, brother, he is from Bangladesh. Actually, he has some problem English. You know, most of people from Bangladesh have the problem in English because that's not our mother language. Try to speak is speaking in English in Bangladesh. If you start to speak in English in Bangladesh, people will stare at you like they're seeing the alien, something like that. So the things is not really good over there. That's why we are really so weak in speaking English. I would love to give 1 minute him to show the things over here and I will talk in Bengali. Okay? ভাই আপনি এই প্লেলিস্টে আসলে মানে চ্যানেলে আসার পরে প্লেলিস্টে আসলে এখানে একটা ফোল্ডার আছে, স্টাডি ফোল্ডার। ওকে, মানে আপনার এখানে জিরো টু হিরো বা সামথিং এরকম কিছু একটা, জাস্ট স্টাডি ফোল্ডারে যাবেন। এখানে গেলে আপনি প্রত্যেকটা ভিডিও আপনি পাবেন সিরিয়াল ওয়াইজ, এটা দেওয়া আছে এখানে। আপনি প্রত্যেকটা ভিডিও দেখবেন এবং বোঝার চেষ্টা করবেন লাইভ মার্কেটে, মানে জাস্ট দেখবেন না, দেখার জন্য দেখবেন না, এটা দেখবেন, দরকার সাবটাইটেল ইউজ করে জাস্ট বোঝার চেষ্টা করবেন, লাইভ মার্কেটে আসবেন, ওইটারে নিয়ে অ্যানালাইসিস করবেন যে এটা কি আসলে হচ্ছে কিনা। এভাবে একটা পর একটা মুভি মানে ভিডিও দেখতে থাকবেন, প্রত্যেকটা জিনিস এখানে এক্সপ্লেইন করা আছে। শুধুমাত্র একটা ভিডিও দেখবেন না, মানে দেখার জন্য দেখবেন, বাট এটা আমি সাপোর্ট করি না যে কেউ এটারে কি বলে মানে স্টাডি করুক, এটা আমি চাই না, বুঝছেন। এটা হচ্ছে লেট মি ফাইন্ড ব্যালেন্সড প্রাইস রেঞ্জ বিপিআর, এই ভিডিওটা দেখবেন না প্লিজ। জাস্ট এই দুইটা ভিডিও দেখলে এমনিতে দেখতে পারেন, বাট আপনার স্টাডির ভিতর ইনক্লুড করবেন না। আমি এটা রাখছি কজ এটা দরকার মানুষের জানা, বাট এই একটা জিনিস যেটা হচ্ছে আপনার একদম কনফিউজড করে ফেলবে। তো এই দুইটা ভিডিও বাদে ব্যালেন্স প্রাইস রেঞ্জ বিপিআর আর এটা হচ্ছে ভলিউম ইমব্যালেন্স, এই দুইটা বাদে আপনি প্রত্যেকটা ভিডিও দেখেন। তা যেগুলো আমি করতেছি এখানে, এখানে যা যা করতেছি সবকিছুই এখানে পাবেন আপনি, এভরিথিং, সবকিছু এখানে পাবেন। এবং একদম শেষে ডিলিং এই যে অর্ডার ব্লক, এটা হচ্ছে আপনার অর্ডার ব্লকের ভিডিও, এটা দেখলে আপনি অলমোস্ট অর্ডার ব্লক সম্পর্কে মোটামুটি সব ধরনের আইডিয়া পেয়ে যাবেন। ডিলিং রেঞ্জ সম্পর্কে মোটামুটি সব আইডিয়া এটা দেখলে পেয়ে যাবেন। আর এইটা হচ্ছে আপনার অ্যাবসলুটলি বলবো মানে মাইন্ড ব্লোয়িং। বাট এই তিনটা ভিডিও আপনি এইগুলো দেখার আগে দেখবেন না প্লিজ। এগুলো না বুঝলে আপনি ওইটার কিচ্ছু বুঝবেন না। সো আপনার আগে ফার্স্টে এগুলো বুঝে তারপর ওই ভিডিওতে যাইতে হবে। সো এই স্টাডি ফোল্ডারটা I see several FBZ 1 minute time frame. How to choose the best FBZ to entry? Alex, are you new here, brother? Please let me know. Are you new here? If you are new here, you have to come some more days. Because when I explain the price, I promise you, brother, you will have no option to ask me the question. I will cover everything because I talk too much talking. But you have to give me some time, at least give me 1 week, brother. Keep coming, you will get every information over there. In the meantime, keep watching the video from the study folder, please, if you really interested. So the 15-minute gap has been broken over here by a candle close from the 15-minute chart. So I have the previous highs over here. Interested to see if it can come to this nude opening gap. Let's see after clearing some liquidity if it can give me an last opportunity to take the buy. No worries, man. And welcome to our committee, brother. Make sure that you have joined our Discord. To that Discord link, we are going to start a discipline challenge. Tomorrow is the last day before joining. Whoever is interested, make sure you have joined to our Discord and that free challenge where you have to have some sort of some prop from account, one account at least. And yeah, I'm not going to get anything from you, brother, but that will help you to follow some rules so that you can understand the difference between discipline and indiscipline. Try to pass it, Sujivan. Need to take, I mean, that much pressure from the challenge account, how to deal with that. ভাই আপনাকে বারবার কথা বিরক্ত হচ্ছে জন্য আমি আন্তরিকভাবে দুঃখিত ভলিউম বেড়েছে লিখিত এগুলোতে আজকে মার্কেট কোন দিকে যেতে পারে ততটুকু আমি বের করতে পারি এন্ট্রিও নিতে পারি দ্যাটস গুড ব্রাদার রিয়েলি গুড ইউ আর নট দ্য বিগিনার দেন account with funded next. Can I join the sector? You can join anywhere as long as you have the, I mean, funded account. I mean, sorry, the prop firm account. I just don't want to make it the paper trade so that people can feel it. So if you have any sort of funded account, you're good to go. Take time, brother. You will be better than me, but it will take a bit time. If you start to focus on a specific PDRs, you will start to learn those PDRs. And when you will start to learn those PDRs, you will start to notice those PDRs here and there. And you will start to notice, start to find out the market is respecting the same PDRs again and again every day. And when you will start to notice them, you will see you have a bigger chance in your trading. If you ask me right now what I'm seeing here, I'm watching the highest gap over here. I'm watching this gap is respecting here, and it failed to come to this last FVC where I have this sell side liquidity around that area. It is reacting from this entry FVC over here after clearing that liquidity. So my intention to see, can it clear these highs over here, or the relatively equal highs, fail to clear that high, or at least some of the high here. Okay, it is also more than enough for me to look for that highest up close body close candle as an order block, to take the sell from this order block or the consecutive order block until the 50% of this gap. So if I can frame a sell from this order block here, from there until the 50%, it's going to be my trade right now from this specific area. So this candle is going to be my entry from this consecutive order block. See these two candles, bullish candle 1 2, that is going to be my trade entry from here. Stop loss 1 tick above, 2 tick above this order block. Target is the 50% of this gap. So can it do that over here? If it doesn't do that, close out this gap, fall again, I'll look for the same case of scenario around that area. Keep going higher, I'll let this go. No risk to take that entry over there. Here stop loss could be like, that could be a losing trade over here from this order block from 15-second chart. Would love to see, can it fall one more time, close below this gap, gonna take that entry from that gap to until this 50%. Right now that would be my first and foremost the most important thing around this market to think about. That if I don't want to take the sale, for example, I'm not gonna violate my rules for the, or not changing my bias, that means not going to take the sell, instead of would love to look for only buy, then I will wait for this market to fall, at least to come over here. Or if it would love to take that sell side liquidity, then from this gap we'll start to look for the buy. But right now I'm not interested to look for the buy, any short of buy I'm not interested before this market to fall in a certain level. So here I'm watching how it is going to come to this, at least to this last FVC over here before going higher. If it doesn't do that, it means I will have no opportunity to take the entry around that area. At the same time, if I would love to switch the bias like from bullish to bearish, then I can take that loss over here and then we'll wait for the re-entry opportunity while this market is going to close below this gap right now. If I would love to switch my bias, because this time this market has cleared all of this liquidity, so I don't need to worry about anything else. While this is going to close below this gap, it's a good opportunity to take me sell from here until there. I didn't want to miss this. I took a small loss over here. I'll wait for the bigger entry over here to get a bigger run around that area. Just show it this to you, okay? Can I'm really new in this platform. Sorry, DX feed. It will close one tick below this gap. That's going to be my sell from here until the 50% of this gap after clearing this loss, after taking this loss. If I would want to go for both buy and sell, yes, okay, so we'll take that loss over here, not going to doubt this. It will close one tick below this gap. That's going to be my sell from that gap or until this 50% over here. I just not sure that did I mark it in the right way or not, because it's very difficult to mark it from there. You have to mark it in a perfect way. See here, this candle has closed. If it tap to this low, that's going to be my rebuy from there by putting the stop loss above this gap from that low until this 50%. Let me try if I can do that one more time. From here to here, first I will take a loss of near about 11 handles, something like that, around this area. Then we'll go for this trade again, remove it here, tap here, would love to take the resell. Sorry, I really don't know how to do that. It's really so disgusting. I don't know how to mark them. Sorry guys. That could be a losing trade as well. If I were looking for the sell or if I wanted to take the sell. I just can't take any sort of buying opportunity over here. I'll just go for one trade for myself, then we'll close the stream. And of course, my interest is to just to take the sell, so I'll go for the sell. see if it can close below this gap. Tomorrow. Out. Why I got stopped out? Because I didn't cover the high over there. Here didn't cover it, so covered just the 50% of this breakaway gap. Didn't hold the trade by the 50%, got stopped out. We'll go for the re-entry. As long as this high is not going to be cleared. If this high is going to be cleared, closed above this gap, we'll take the buy from here for the highs over there, which is not in my interest right now. Would love to see this high is not going to be cleared. Instead of that, this market will fall again. Take a resell over there. Now the intermediate term high that should not be cleared if this market really would love to fall. Now I should switch the bias. I have to take the buy from here, which I'm not going to do it. Okay, I'll just let this go. Now I should take the buy exactly to that specific candle by putting my stop loss below that low. Well, I can go for that. Oh, I'm already late, I guess. Can give me another opportunity. I don't think so. It will tap one more time to this gap. More. Last trade for this morning cover this low here. That low is going to cover. Target is this buy side liquidity, plus there is the buy side liquid, huge buy side liquid over here around that area, plus the volume imbalance is over here. I know where it is exactly. We'll just go for that. It works good. So, this low is now the intermediate term low, like this type of high. When this high has been cleared, it means it has shifted to bullish after clearing this relatively equal lows. It has shifted to the bullish. So if I would love to go for the buy, I should change it from here, which I shouldn't do that. But yeah, of course, like if it works, perfect. If it doesn't work, we'll just go for this small loss over here, which is $7 out. Otherwise, I prefer to get my profit around that area. This lowest down close candle is the water block. If I want to add more, I can add more over here, which I'm not going to do that because I really wanted to see it will fall first, then it will go higher. It didn't do that. That's why I'm just not adding over here. If I would add over there, I would cover that candle low over here just to confirm that my stop loss is not too big. This candle should work as a water block right now, send the market higher to clear those buy side liquidity to reach for that volume imbalance, wherever the volume imbalance is. So from there, adding more or pyramiding, then let the market go higher. Mitigated the loss, I mean, sorry, the put my stop loss over here, just cover the mean threshold of this order block. That means even if it doesn't want to keep going higher, it would love to fall. I'm not going to get a huge loss as long as this order block is holding the market. This gap, I want to see unfilled. That means market is not going to fill this gap 100% over here. It should leave this gap open before reaching to the next logical level. Now I can put my stop loss to the break even, just depending on this unfilled gap, as the market left too far from that unfilled gap. If it come back again to trade this, fill this unfilled gap again, then I have to wait for the breaker block to take entry again, as long as I want to do it. I really don't know how to take the partial over here. So I'm letting this go because I really don't have any idea how to take the partial. I tried in a very different way, but it didn't work none of the way. So I'm just going to try to hold the trade by trailing the stop loss. Institutional order flow entry drill. That means market is going to tap over here and start to go higher again, which is above this gap. So it should start to respect this gap and start to reverse from there, as long as the liquidity is not going to be cleared. A bit higher, okay, just the low of this candle, in case if it fail and start to reverse. When the body will close above this and will make another order block around that area, I will be able to move my stop loss from here to maybe below that order block, as long as it's not going to build an order block over here around that area from building a gap. And like, make a gap, trade that gap, down close body close candle is going to be the order block, respect that order block, start to go higher, I'll be able to move the stop loss. Otherwise I'm not able to move the stop. Just because of this high, it should not be violated. It has been violated. Intermediate term high has been violated. You have to switch the bias Actually, I don't do, but here just to show you that I just took that entry. Otherwise, I really don't go for this type of trades. I just let this market to go without taking any sort of trade. Just frame them, but not take them. I don't take them. All I need to see and bear down close candle over there, that is gonna work as a order block, and market will start to keep going higher. This line is randomly I put it over here because I would love to trail the stop loss while the market is going toward that direction. I would love to trail the stop loss. That's why I'm randomly putting it over there. I really don't have any idea where is the next PDRA. This platform is absolutely new to me. I have no idea how to use this platform, so I'm just trying to trail the stop loss depending on the price action. This week now should be respected. If even if this market really would love to fall a bit more, this week quadrant level should be respected right now. I just took a bit more risk over here. Before respecting this week, I moved my stop loss. I should not do that, but as you can see, it's like I really have no idea how far it will go. So I just trailed the stop loss. Even if I get stopped out, my loss at least will be mitigated. At least mitigated. Okay, if I close the trade over here, I'll be in profit already. But I would love to hold it as long as I can. I can hold it. So depending on the PDRS, I'll keep trailing the stop loss as soon as it's not gonna stop me out. What I should do, I should take a partial over here, put my stop loss to the most logical level, let the market run as long as it can run. But as I told you, I don't know how to take the partial, so I'm just trying to trail the stop loss. All I don't wanna see, it's gonna violate the quadrant level of that specific week. It violate the specific week quadrant level, I'll get stopped out over here without any sort of confusion over around that area, right? Let's see. It can I can survive over here. It dropped me out. Done. At least the loss has been mitigated. I'm happy for that. If I'm interested to go for only buy, then I should let all the sell go over here. If all the sell go, I have to let them go, and then I have to wait for a specific case of scenario to take the buy. If I am interested to look for only buy, but if I would love to go for sell, I will try that sell from here. If it doesn't work, then I'll switch my bus, will go for that buy. But actually, I don't like these things. I should not influence any of you to go for that. If you're biased base, only look for one-sided run. Don't look for the both-sided run. Sell buy. Don't look for that. Just if you have the all the information which high should not be cleared and which high should be cleared, then I have to switch the bias. You can use it, otherwise don't use it. Let me see where the market actually came. Oh, okay, it has cleared that buy side liquid. I really don't have any idea what do I have over there. Do I have over there anything? Okay, guys, thank you so much for being over here. If any of you have any question, please let me know. Otherwise, I'll be done for this. Around the PM session, I have to come back again according to the explanation of last Friday. I have just shared with you guys. This is something I know you have fast forward that because there was no commentary. Thought that what I should see over there. He just execute a trade. It's not like something I should look for. But here was a lot of things. Maybe some of you missed it. I need to explain all of them. So I'll do that through that video, going through that video that you can understand what I was looking for over there. Swept the liquidity high has been swept, and then market is showing me the bearishness. It's called the expectation of some sort of retracement. This type of scenario where here it was extremely bullish. If you guys remember around here, I think it was, where was that? I think it was here somewhere. Here or here, I don't remember where was it, but it was an extreme sign that it's, and it's the launch hour as well. Yeah. Bro, do you have any video for dealing range? I have a lot of video in dealing range. Go to the channel, watch this video. It's more than enough for understanding the dealing range. Go to the playlist, set this study folder. I think you are the one who asked me about the order block as well. This is the order block video. It's more than enough for understanding the order block, and the dealing range is over here. That is the dealing range. I know it's a bit earlier, but absolutely it will help you a lot to understand the dealing range, even if you are not my member. So that one video is more than enough for understanding the dealing range over here, around here. So this three video is really highly recommended. If you have already watched all other videos around that area, they are going to help you a lot to understand the market. If there was a selling opportunity as well, that's the selling opportunity right now from that gap. Said the launch hour. I'm not interested to trade, but like if I wanted to trade, that is the selling opportunity from here after sweeping the liquidity that's showing me the bearishness. I will wait this market to decide does it want to fall. The first gap has been traded over here. Highest up close body close candle order block has been traded, or the gap is over here. Would love to take the sell from here for this relatively equal loss. More importantly, until the 50% of this gap is an unfinished business. Again, I'm not interested to trade inside the launch hour, so let this go. No worries, man. Hey, Sagaram, we have new opening gap at 25,387 area. 25,377. What did you say? 3,387. 87. Yeah, this is the new opening gap. It's marked over here already, around here. Yep, this is something that's market is actually falling for unfinished business. Here, a lot of unfinished business. More importantly, this unfinished business more like here, plain lows around here. So delicious to me. It's so juicy to me. I really would love to see it will fall. However, guys, I don't need to trade here, right? So yeah, of course. I just wanted to show you how to trade for yourself. I think it will help a bit. But if I wanted to trade, there should be the perfect area. If I wanted to go over here to trade, I mean, I wouldn't be able to explain the price action. It's not possible for me to go for my own trading and explaining the price action at the same time to you guys. It's not work like, it doesn't work like that way. I hope you'll understand that. But the Tuesday 3:30 p.m. 50-minute inverse last FBs, if you extend it to now, rise, just tagged it moving lower. You see that, brother? Yeah, you're right, brother. This is one kind of gap. Actually, I have no idea how to use this type of gap, but this type of gaps are something like look at the reaction from this gap. How beautifully it has been reacted from this gap here. Then here. Now it came here to this gap as well again. So I think we should observe this type of gaps more, find out the direction or how to use this gap. I will study on that, of course. But hey, you guys can also start to study them, right? We all are learning from each other. I wish I would have some multiple monitors, man. One day, one day. So thank you so much, guys, for pushing the like button. I got 118 likes. Thank you so much, guys. And I'm really happy 705. So I just got one subscriber. Uh, oh, okay, no, it's at the beginning actually. Let me see how many subscribers did I get. Okay, so I got three subscriber. Thank you so much, guys. At least three subscribers is more than enough for a day like this. But I hope you are green. You're not red today. It was a beautiful price action. It should not be red. It should be green. But if you still you're not green, I think PM session is gonna be disaster. However, আপনি যেখানে পিডিআর গুলো ব্যবহার করতেছেন এগুলো আপনার চ্যানেলে কোন জায়গায় পাবো একটু দেখিয়ে দিবেন প্লিজ ইংরেজিতে বললেন কোনো সমস্যা নাই you can find it inside the study folder brother study folder is everything you need everything what time will be in discord brother I will just pray right now eat something then I'll be back. Yeah, I'll take the last hour because before the last hour you guys will finish your trading and then last hour I'll just cover the last hour that means 3 p.m. New York local time will come the discord live. You're not yet in our discord, please join to our discord through that link. It will be inside. Thank you so much guys for being over here. Okay, so yeah, so see you until the PM session. Thank you, brother. Have a good rest of the day. Today is my kid's birthday. Happy birthday to them. Please tell them that your uncle give you the birthday wishes and the gifts are waiting. Okay, so when I'll be in Canada, I'll give them the birthday gift. It's gonna be a pending gift. I might not be here PM session. See you tomorrow, God willing. See you, brother. But please don't forget to let them know my birthday wishes. That sounds good. Thank you so much, RSBS. So see you guys until the next time. Cheers, guys.